Welcome to the April 2006 City Focus. On this edition, IKEA breaks ground. The Baca Center opens its doors. Joe Vining retires. And it's spring cleanup time. These stories and more on City Focus.
IKEA has broken ground and construction is underway. Not only will IKEA draw in sales tax dollars from the surrounding region, it will plant 600 new trees at Old Settlers Park for the whole community to enjoy.
The world's leading home furnishings retailer celebrated a groundbreaking of its 252,000 square foot store here at the intersection of University Boulevard and I-35 on March 22nd. When it opens, IKEA Round Rock will mark a significant achievement for the city's efforts to diversify our local economy. 2.5 years ago, the City Council set a goal to recruit destination retailers to Round Rock. These businesses draw shoppers from well beyond the city's borders, bringing in sales tax dollars from outside the region and sometimes even outside the state. IKEA fills the bill perfectly and will provide 300 jobs when it opens in spring 2007.
IKEA Round Rock will offer everything that typical IKEA stores offer: a showroom with 50 room settings and inspirational home furnishings, a marketplace with accessories, a restaurant serving Swedish meatballs, salmon plates, American cuisine, and even the supervised children's play areas where customers can check in their children and then continue on shopping.
IKEA and its neighbor, Round Rock Premium Outlets, will provide hundreds of jobs and millions in sales tax and property tax dollars. This money is funneled back into our local economy and helps pay for city services.
We'll be importing capital or importing customers from all over the Central Texas region and beyond, 50, 100, 150 miles away, and even internationally. We'll have folks coming into Round Rock to shop at these two projects.
Not only will IKEA generate economic benefits for our city, but the company's undertaking a large-scale tree planting here at Old Settlers Park. We'll tell you more about that project in coming weeks as the planning continues.
In Round Rock, we love our parks and recreation facilities. So you may be wondering why the city is holding an election on whether to sell McNeil Park.
The 18 acres for Henry McNeil Park were obtained by the city in 1979. Now, the park fronts on Interstate 35 just south of the expansive retail development that's going on in North Round Rock. The park features 2 adult softball fields and 2 tennis courts. The idea is to sell the park and use the money to develop additional recreational facilities at Old Settlers Park. Now, there's no offer on the table to buy the park. Voters will choose whether to enable the City Council to sell the park if the right deal comes along. Selling the property would put it back on the tax roll and provide significant economic development opportunities for the community. Early voting begins on Monday, May 1st and runs through Tuesday, the 9th. Election Day is on Saturday, May 13th, so please, get out and vote on this important proposition.
If you think your car exhaust isn't hurting the environment, think again. But there are things you can do to help keep the air clean. Drive the speed limit. Carpool. And keep your car maintained. Drive clean across Texas, and our state will be a healthier, happier place.
If you've used the public library, chances are you've seen Helen Griffith. After more than 30 years of service, Helen has decided it's time to retire.
On March 31st, Helen Griffith retired from the city of Round Rock after working at the library for 32 years. Many recognize her name, not only because it graces the Robert G. and Helen Griffith Library, but also because of her many years of dedication. Over the years, Helen did everything from checking out books to typing up overdue notices to working at the circulation desk.
The biggest changes since I started working here at the library is the wonderful growth of the community, the growth of the library staff, the number of hours per week the library is available for the public to use, and the technology.
Helen is retiring as one of the longest tenured employees of the city. In recent years, Helen could be seen shelving books in the adult areas, checking prices for book replacement, and identifying books needed to be removed or repaired.
I will miss the wonderful, great people who work here. I will miss the public who comes in to use the library, and I will especially miss watching the children.
We hope to see Helen regularly as she checks out materials for herself and her husband. We wish them both many more years of happiness.
If you're doing spring cleaning this month, the city can help you out. Get rid of your old, bulky junk during our annual Spring Cleanup Week.
The City of Round Rock will hold its Spring Cleanup Week from April 24th through 28th. Larger than usual items will be picked up at regular trash collection times. Appliances will be picked up as long as they do not contain Freon, such as air conditioners and refrigerators.
Spring cleanup is something the City of Round Rock does yearly to help residents get rid of large, bulky items. Items we won't accept will be household hazardous waste and computers because they are too dangerous to handle curbside. Other items we won't accept are tree limbs and brush piles because the city handles them regularly at our recycling center.
Place your bulky items in a neat pile next to your usual trash between April 25th and 29th, and qualifying items will be removed at no fee. Remember, brush and hazardous waste will not be picked up. Hazardous waste, such as paint, pesticides, fertilizers, pool and household chemicals, will be accepted at the April 22nd Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day from 9 to noon and the first Wednesday of every month from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Recycling Center. We all dread spring cleaning, but the 2006 Spring Cleanup makes this chore easier for all of us.
Joe Vining has planned and managed the growth of Round Rock for the past 25 years. Having served as planning director and most recently as executive director of community development, Joe is retiring from the city, but he's not going far. Joe joined the planning staff in Round Rock in 1980 as the principal planner and became the director of planning and community development in 1982. He served in that position until 2004 when he became the executive director of community development.
Well, I've been fortunate enough to be part of a team that's really been responsible for the growth of Round Rock over this last 25 years. It's been a lot of fun and very rewarding because we have been able to see a tremendous amount of growth and some very good quality growth over this period of time.
Joe is involved in growing Round Rock from a bedroom community of 13,000 to a major employment center with a population of over 85,000 today.
Well, my new title will be Vice President of Economic Development for the Round Rock Economic Development Partnership. That's somewhat of a long-winded title, but as you've covered in some of your other stories, the city and the Chamber of Commerce have entered into a partnership to go about our economic development business, and so I'll get to lead that effort. I won't be going very far, essentially going across the street from the city over to the Chamber, and it really gives me an opportunity to be the point person for the community as a whole in our economic development effort.
We all wish Joe the best of luck in his new position as Vice President of Economic Development. On April 5th, the City of Round Rock celebrated the grand opening of the Helen R. Baca Center for senior and community activities.
The celebration included live music from the Williamson County Symphony Orchestra, a welcome from Mayor Niall Maxwell, and tours through the brand new facility.
Well, we're happy to have the new Baca Center open. We think it's been a long time coming. We've waited several years for this facility. As you can tell, it's beautiful. We've got a lot of activities as far as the pool room, aerobics, as well as a workout facility. So we think this is a great opportunity for the community, and we can't wait to get everybody in the public down here and enjoy this great facility with us.
I'm just sorry, that Alan can't be here to see it. I tell you, it would really have made him proud.
Everyone is invited to come visit the Baca Center at 301 West Baghdad, Building 2.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play.
Help keep the air in Texas clean. Maintain your vehicle. Combine errands, carpool, and drive the speed limit.
And the skies are not cloudy all day.
Dedicated, talented people who are almost never seen perform one of the most important jobs in the nation. Their voices are absolutely vital and may mean the difference between life and death.
In 1991, Congress passed a resolution to recognize these people during the second week of April of each year. Known as the National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, the time is meant to recognize these people that perform an often overlooked but absolutely vital task.
Thousands of times a day, people call us needing for help, whether from the police, fire department, or EMS, for every reason imaginable and for every reason beyond imagination. Telecommunications operators gather as much information as possible from the caller and then coordinate every aspect of the response.
Round Rock's dispatchers coordinate all communications between the public, the officers, firefighters, and EMS. This communication ranges from answering phones, radio communications with emergency teams, to entering data into the computer-assisted dispatching system. They are unparalleled experts at multitasking and spend much of their time trying to control chaos.
We depend on our dispatchers for everything. We couldn't do our jobs without them. Most things begin and end with dispatch.
It's hard to imagine that every problem, emergency, or concern, no matter how seemingly insignificant, has probably been heard in the communications center. You can thank your communications team for making sure that when you need help, help is on the way.